Welcome to New Strength. I'm Christina Cook-Lee. New Strength is a daily devotional offering hope and encouragement to people who are trying to get and stay free from depression and/or dependency. I would encourage you to read along with me. If you're viewing directly on YouTube, check the description area below the screen for instructions on how you can. Thanks for joining me. Our topic is right relationships. The focus, finding wisdom. The scripture, Proverbs chapter 13, verse 20 from the New King James Version of the Bible. He who walks with wise men will be wise, but the companion of fools will suffer harm. Companionship with fools probably helped contribute to your problem if you are in recovery from dependency. Those who are recovering from depression are sometimes prone to listen to the wrong voices also. Proverbs chapter 13, verse 20 suggests a solution. It says to walk with wise people if you want to be wise. But where do you find someone who is wise if you don't know anyone who seems to fit that description? If you own a Bible, you could search the books of Proverbs and Ecclesiastes for wisdom. Both books were written by King Solomon, who is known as the wisest man who ever lived. Solomon had a wealth of practical principles and cared enough to write them down so others could benefit. For centuries, wise people all over the world have found answers to their questions and recommendations on how to live in right ways in the pages of these books of the Bible. Proverbs and Ecclesiastes aren't the only books of the Bible that contain wisdom. The whole Bible is filled with wisdom, but it's clear that you won't find it unless you look for it. Wisdom is not something that just comes to you. You find it by associating with wise people, reading wise words, filling your mind with wise thoughts, and learning from your past experience. Proverbs chapter 1, verse 7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 7. Do not be wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and depart from evil. Proverbs chapter 4, verses 6 through 7. Do not forsake wisdom, and she will protect you. Love her, and she will watch over you. The beginning of wisdom is this: get wisdom. Though it costs all you have, get understanding. Proverbs chapter 10, verse 13. Wisdom is found on the lips of him who has understanding, but a rod is for the back of him who is devoid of understanding. Proverbs chapter 12, verse 18. The words of the reckless pierce like swords, but the tongue of the wise brings healing. Proverbs chapter 13, verse 1. A wise son heeds his father's instruction, but a scoffer does not listen to rebuke. Proverbs chapter 13, verse 10. Pride leads to arguments. Be humble, take advice, and become wise. Proverbs chapter 14, verse 8. The wisdom of the prudent is to give thought to their ways, but the folly of fools is deception. Proverbs chapter 15, verse 31. Whoever heeds life-giving correction will be at home among the wise. Proverbs chapter 16, verse 16. How much better to get wisdom than gold, and to get understanding is to be chosen rather than silver. Proverbs chapter 20, verse 1. Wine is a mocker, strong drink is a brawler, and whoever is led astray by it is not wise. Proverbs chapter 24, verse 14. Wisdom is sweet to your soul. If you find it, you will have a future, and your hope will not be cut off. Ecclesiastes chapter 2, verse 13. Wisdom is better than foolishness, just as light is better than darkness. Ecclesiastes chapter 2, verse 26a. To the person who pleases him, God gives wisdom, knowledge, and happiness. But to the sinner, he gives the task of gathering and storing up wealth to hand it over to the one who pleases God. Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 12. For wisdom is as a defense, as money is as a defense. But the excellence of knowledge is that wisdom gives life to those who have it. Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 1. A person's wisdom brightens their face and changes its hard appearance. Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 2b. The heart of the wise inclines to the right, but the heart of the fool to the left. Declaration: I will find new strength by finding wisdom and wise companions. Thanks for taking the time to listen. I would really appreciate it if you would like this segment, and if you wouldn't mind, please share it with someone else who might also benefit from it. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the New Strength Devotional channel on YouTube or on WordPress, and then a link will come to you every day in your email with a segment like this. And if you're already a subscriber, I'll look forward to meeting with you again tomorrow. My prayer is that you will find new strength day by day and endless blessings. I'm Christina Cookley.